morning and welcome to my back step. It's a little bit wet out today. It's been raining really hard all morning. But you can't always pick and choose what days you get to do stuff, what? That's basically what this video is today. I have some free time today, so here I am out on my step. Got some cleaning up to do. I got some cardboard here I'm going to burn up today. That's just something I'm going to sit and do later. I'm going to take the no nonsense approach to fire starting. I have a lighter. I do have to split some wood though first, so that's probably the first order. Well, no, the first order of business, I'm going to put this tarp across to block. There's a wind blowing through here. You can see the step is wet. Almost halfway in. This post is about halfway. This one here. So it's almost halfway in. So I'm going to put that blue tarp across and tie it on to see how well it works. As you can see, it's still rather holy. Hopefully it works out okay. Gonna have to do some adjustments on that later on, but it'll do the job for the moment. That's how it's gonna look. I'm just gonna get set up now because I got some stuff to move around a little, and then I'm gonna get some wood cut up. Alrighty, it's pretty much straight away. I put in a nail there to hang my backpack and one on the other side to hang the water. That keeps that up out of the way. Just gonna get my gloves on, start splitting some of this wood and get a little fire going, because not only is it wet out today, it's a little bit chilly. Not overly cold, but it's 4 degrees Celsius. Feels like -1. So yeah, and it's not supposed to rain again. That don't mean much. So let's get some wood split. Split log. This one's not going to go too easy. It's not going to go easy at all. Oops. Yeah, I'm just going to split up some of this. Alright, that's enough to get me going for now. I got some wood here. I got some over here. Once I get this going pretty good anyway, it won't matter. I'll be able to put on the round logs that I got there. They'll burn up. My timer for today is a Pepsi box. Real bushcrafting today, I'll tell you. Because like I said, it's a no nonsense kind of day. And even though I was chopping wood, I'm not warm by no means. I'm gonna put all this in there. No, I'm not worried about saving any of it for later or anything like that. I have lots of paper and cardboard if I want it in the house. So my addition seems to be working to keep the water out, the wood behind. I'm half tempted to bar up some of this here too, because over here is a little bit wet. But it's just the way the wind is blowing today, that's all. It's nothing major. I'll feed this fire for a little while. Wood I had over here is all damp, but with the fire going I can burn it up anyway. It will burn. Yes, it will. Got something good to cook up today, guys. I took out some minced moose and I made a couple of moose burgers. I got 2 little slices of bread, but I wasn't even planning on bringing bread for them. I was just going to cook them and eat them. So what I did with my moose burgers, I put a bit of Worcestershire sauce, an onion, some garlic salt, some pepper, and I just mixed an egg to help it hold together better because it was kind of dry. So let's see how these guys come out. I think they'll come out good. I may have used a little bit too much garlic salt. We'll see when I cooks it. Right now I'm gonna get the rest of this bark put back up off of the ground, away from the sparks. Oh, also for today I bring a drink, so I don't just have water, but I do have something else to make too. Not your normal cup of tea. Not a cup of tea at all. The smoke is mostly getting sucked out with that thing up, but it is billowing around a little bit. The wind is going this way instead of this way or that way. So smoke is kind of doing this on the sides a little bit, but it's nothing bad, nothing too bad. My axe needs some work, mainly the swinging kind. It's actually harder, I find. I don't know if anybody else finds it, but I find it actually harder to split wood with the smaller axe. Sitting, even if it's the small stuff, I find it harder to split it with the smaller axe than the bigger one. I've split wood with the big axe up in the woods. I stand up and swing the axe and split it, no problem. But this is like tonk and it just sticks. But that could be user error. What do you think? And it might be exactly like I said, it's just easier to split wood with the bigger axe. The bigger axe is heavier. I find I'm a little bit more accurate when I'm swinging the bigger axe too. It's not just that it's bigger, it's accuracy. Well guys, I don't really have much planned for today with regards to what am I doing out here? Other than my food and just getting out to have a fire. And to prove the point, you know, it's not always nice on my back step. Maybe that'll be my title. Yeah. If you guys read the title, there it is. Yeah. Oops. Let's get the rest of this little stuff. It's wet. The wet stuff makes the worst smoke, you know. That's the fire to keep the flies away. The smoke is actually pushing back in. Some of it is, anyway. Some of it is, some of it is not. Ooh-wee. Getting hot here now. With that wall up, it blocks a lot of the wind. I'm actually starting to sweat, and it's still reading as -1. Yeah. It's still reading as 4 degrees, feels like -1. To the point, you can see my breath sometimes when the wind blows in. But I'm actually getting warm. Like really, look at the hair on me, would you? I gotta get rid of this. Yeah, and now you see me with hair, what? I gotta haul my jack down a bit and everything. It's how warm I'm getting. If I blocked half of this side up and another little bit in there, it'll be so warm in here, it's not even funny. There's spots of the step that's starting to dry out, and that's down on them, like underneath the fire, because the fire's raised up with the bricks. Mention of the fire. It's going super well. Like I said, it's throwing a lot of heat, which is great. Means I done my job right. I put a really big log in there to burn up. One of the bigger knotty ones that's plagues my wood pile. Because they plague it. Splitting them with an axe is, especially with a little axe, is tedious. So they are indeed a plague on my wood pile. At least this time I get one of them burned up. I've just been throwing some of the small rounder stuff in to keep it going. I'm keeping my splits because at the moment I don't need them. I have to throw a couple on there and let them burn up, but a couple of the bigger ones I've thrown in. Some of the ones that are damp, like this one's a bit damp, so that's next on my list. It's going to be a good coal bed for cooking my burgers. This is the way I want the fire if I stays out here. Just a big chunk of coals. I don't want the flames. I just want a great big huge pile of coals there just to ember out all night. Maybe throw the really big, you can see that? This one. Throw that in and get that ember. That'll probably cinder out for the whole night. Unless I split it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to split it though, that's the thing. It's really big. I think I tried once or twice. When I get to it I might give it another go, but do like I did with the other one, split the sides off of it. That seemed to work out okay. Frying now, smoke is building up again. If I just let this die down to embers now, it would ember for a long time. I do want to hear that. That's that one. Still pretty solid. I want to get that one burnt up pretty good. That's why I keep throwing on this smaller stuff all over it. I've used up all the little wet stuff that was over here. So that's good. Like I said, there's tons of this stuff in there. Oh, sit back now and relax for another little while. Still thinking about the giveaway, guys. I still haven't made a final decision. Like I said, it could go either way. I could go with the 1 year, or I could go with the 250. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. See my rat? It's showing -1. I'm really warm here though, sitting next to this fire. But you can. You can see my rat. good radiant heat from the fire is what that is. You won't get cold sleeping next to this. I'm going to work on the fire for a little bit, guys, and get my embers going good. I'm going to make a cup of tea now shortly, so I'll get back with you when I'm doing that. Got a little bark in there. Didn't sound like a German Shepherd. That's a joke for weed in the bush. Weed in the bush. Paul. Winner of my backstep giveaway. Let's see how well this is going to work. No, nothing. No net, no safety net. We got something a little different. The reason I bring up weed in the bush is because this is a page out of his book. Hot chocolate. Yep. Hot chocolate today and not tea. With little marshmallows. So that's going to be good. I'm not going to burn this because it's like full of lining or something in it. That's going to go in the garbage. Back in for the garbage. I could burn it. I suppose it wouldn't really hurt. But I just don't want to. Oh. So yeah, I've got my 2 moose meat burgers here. I'll show you them when I'm ready to cook them. I'll lay them over here where it's a bit cooler. And like I said, I took a couple of slices of bread because I don't have any hamburger buns. I don't care. I didn't even really plan on having a hamburger bun with it, but the bread was there, so I said, well, I'll take a couple of those. Why not? When you have it available, use it. It's my motto. Of course, I got my trusty dry bag full. I put all my food back in here because you know the last time I picked those apples and I put them in. Turns out they are actually a type of crab apple. So there, yeah, that's how much I know. But they did not. There's still some of them left on the tree up there. There's no leaves. You can just see the apples hanging on the tree. I don't know if you guys will see it from here. But yeah, they're a crab apple. They weren't an apple at all. So well, I don't know. I thought they were an apple. They tasted more like an apple than a crab apple. Every time I've ever had a crab apple, it was god awful. Bitter as I don't know what. And just all around not very good, you know. But these ones, I made some applesauce. I got 3 jars of applesauce. And I made little baggies of dried apples. There was, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them, something like that. So I sweetened them and I added sugar and dried them and whatnot. The applesauce I sat down and ate almost a complete full jar one day for a snack. Oh, so good. So good. So next year I'm going to pick them and I'm going to make a very big pot of applesauce out of them, I think. Because the applesauce came out better than the dried. But the dried are good too, and what I was thinking was, if it comes to it, I can soak the dried ones in water and turn them into applesauce too, if I had to. But I think they'll make nice little snacks for when I'm out walking. I can just pop them in my vest, in my front pockets of my vest, and I got snacks then for while I'm walking around. And this pot is already boiled while I'm sat here chatting with you. Look at this. The miracle that is fire. Had to check the handle to make sure it wasn't too hot. Only half fell in that because I almost lost that all over my foot. I'm only half filling that because I know with the hot chocolate, if I fill that cup up with one package of hot chocolate, it's not going to taste very good at all. So it's just a little bit over half. Give it a good stir, let it cool down. Because that's the superheated water again. Tasty. Got me a cup of very hot chocolate. Oh, it's tasty. And much easier to make than a cup of tea. Oh, I do enjoy a cup of tea in the woods. This is a very strong second. It's a little smoky here at the moment because I let the fire burn down to embers. Because I'm going to put my burger on there now shortly. Get that cooking up. Oh look, the sun is coming out. Oh my god. Ah, what is it? It's bright. Hurts my eye. You know, I was having trouble seeing now. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Loves the sun coming out. Smoke goes and glistens in it. And just all around nice. Good weather to sit back and have a nice cup of hot chocolate by the fire. This little wire rack has proved to be useful. Let's get a look at these now, shall we? Oh, you're probably dying to see them. Yummy, and there's 2. And they're big. I probably could have made 4. I don't know if I'm fitting 2 of them on there. Most meat burgers can fall apart. That's why I put them on that little rack instead of putting them on the bigger rack with the big holes. And you know, guys, in my haste to get out here today, I didn't even bring a knife. Just my axe. How good is that? Oh man, that's a lot of smoke. How good is that? Stuff happens, you forget things, right? Yeah. I didn't need it, it's not a necessity, but probably would have been easier to shimmy them off of that grate with a knife. I'll work it out. Chocolate's good. It's at just the right temperature now too. That's that great big log that I was moving around and smoking now. They smell so good, I cannot wait to have them. I didn't even bring any condiments for them. It's because I wasn't planning on having buns, right? Just burger. And it's a lot. There's more than enough here for 2 people. So, there's that. I didn't bring anything else to have with them. I don't have no potatoes or nothing like that. Mushrooms, onions, nothing. Just because I knew there was a lot of meat. Clean enough for next time, just let it dry out now. Yeah, they're not going to be easy to turn. See? That's what I'm talking about. Let's see how it tastes. Can't wait. A little bit salty. not bad. First thing you taste right away is the fact that it is mousse. It's not flat. I got the big one. I'd throw that in and let it burn off. But the first thing you can taste right away is that it is mousse. And it is tasty. But tasty. I know it's not for everybody, but I like it a lot. I do. I'd have my freezer full of it if I could. And I'd use it for a lot of other stuff. Like, well, obviously, burgers. But I'd use it for like spaghetti and hamburger helpers. And just steaks, roasts with dinner, you know. That being said, it would only be me eating it. So having a freezer full is not very, feasible. But yum. I really wish I was able to share with you guys these things that I do like this, like some of my sausage meals, the steaks on the fire. Should get some wood ready to throw it. I should get some wood ready to throw on that fire. And when it hauls this off, what? Look at these little splits. What are these? And this is why I kept all of my splits. Because now I can, yeah, looking at me. Now I can throw my stuff on the fire. Handful of them little twigs and a handful of them splits. And that should catch up pretty quickly. Because there's quite a bit of coals here. Alrighty, I'm going to call them done. Handful of little twigs. And my bigger pieces. Now make my plate. Oh my god. kind of plain. Look at that. Almost lost it. Oh. That's it. All gone. A little bit are dropped on the deck there. No, I'm not picking it up and eating it. There's just way too much stuff down there now. Can't really brush it off. It's ground meat. Well, that was a good meal, guys. It says, too bad you guys weren't here to enjoy it with me. You'll have to take my word for it that it was amazing. I'm just going to sit back and relax now for a little while. Maybe listen to some music. Kick up by the fire. You know how it is. It's just nice to sit around by for a while. Burn off my grates. Get them good for next time. Oh man, I'm stuffed. It's a good thing I didn't have the bread with it. I wouldn't have been able to eat it all. Man, oh man, oh man. It's so delicious. Well guys, that about wraps up another day on my back step. I burnt up the bit of cardboard that I had. Left quite a lot of ashes in my fire pit. Doesn't burn up like the wood does, that's for sure. That being said, next time I comes out I'll be doing a fire pit clean out. So I may actually get another couple of rocks and take this apart and rebuild it, and way to go, rebuild it a little bit better all night. Not that there's nothing wrong with it now. I just, I'm looking at the rocks and I'm thinking they could be put together a little better. Give me a little bit more area there for fire and a little bit better for my grates. I'm also going to have a look for another couple of big flat ones for the back. Just to keep the back away from the step a bit. You can see some of the wood and it's not bad, it's just mostly from smoke. But eventually that soot builds up and that soot itself can catch on fire if you're not careful. So I'm always thinking safety, and you've always got to think safety with when you're dealing with fire, especially when you're close to home, or if I was in my backyard or anything like that. You still have to always consider safety when dealing with a fire. Thanks everybody for watching. My subscriber count is creeping up slowly, but it's creeping up. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that's watching my videos. I know some of them are a bit long, and That's just the way I like them. That's me. But yeah, don't forget now, guys, to like, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe and share it. Tell people about it. The more my channel grows, the more giveaways I can do. Yep. And I'll be doing them every now and again, even if it's like I said, anniversary giveaways or reaching milestones, 500s, thousands, whatever. I'll figure something out, even if I just do a random one. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, be safe and have fun. Until next time, folks.